There we go. Let me hook up my whatchamajigger. What's up with the good old people? I know that nigga Aunt Hefe like, nigga, that nigga taking my word. You know what? It's bright as a motherfucker over here. We gonna go to this side of it. Super bright. Do it right here. Yeah. Get everybody in here. This is an educational piece. I was gonna bring all the exposers in here. I see I got my monitors in the goo. I see Ray Gibbs down there, 100 Media Team. For those of y'all in here, Ray Gibbs TV, Clubhouse TV, Clubhouse Shenanigans, The Answer. It's the 100 Side Media Team. Y'all make sure y'all follow. Yeah, man. We know we doubling back. I don't know if you've been following my Instagram, following 600 Christopher Lovejoy's Instagram. But you know, we've been poking, we've been doing a little poking, a little teasing. And I know a lot of people think that we antagonizers and things of that nature, but that's really not what this is. You know, y'all watched us run the content on the Grid program when it came to Big U. Y'all watched us Freeway Rick, you know, expose him, Big Meech paperwork. I mean, it's a long list of people that we've exposed, and we don't pick and choose. Um, we don't pick and choose. I see the exposure still hard at work, and it's gonna be like a part 1, 2, 3 on this, because we got a lot of documents and we got a lot of paperwork. But today we're gonna set the precedence for really why the exposers do what they do. You know, shout out to my team, Ghost, Prince, Lavish, um, 600. You know, shout out to my team, the exposers, you know, who do a lot of the research, um, digging and finding. You know, shout out um, to my keyway partners, you know what I mean, that I got an understanding with. You know, you always hear, why is he in crib business and all this type of stuff. Nah, this ain't crib business. This is the world business. You know, our youth, our adolescents, our teams, you know, they being influenced, tricked, bamboozled, hoodwinked. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X put us on this. You know what I mean? How do I know? Because I was tricked, bamboozled, and hoodwinked. I made a decision. I had to live with it. I went through some turmoil, and you know, God willing, I'm still here to talk about it. And I'm not one that's gonna select a politic, or I'm not gonna cross the street, you know, with the sheep when I know it's a bad thing going on over there. I'm not gonna let the ones behind me who've been following me to the pastures and to the water follow me into something that I know not right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and you tend to get, you know, outcasted and alienated, and that's cool. You know, it's good. You know, all the apostles and the disciples, you know, we you know, they was never in with the in crowd, and that's cool. We don't mind not being in with the in crowd, because the in crowd is what's filthy. Okay, let's get some subscribes and some likes. I covered this yesterday. You want to be part of the Honey Show gang in these YouTube streets? You know what I'm saying? You want to be part of this social media ninja movement we doing? This what we doing. We ain't even out there with the, you know, they can be out there in the blocks, in the alleys, in the parks. You know, I got a few places to go, like 3, 4 places to go today pertaining to business. So I'm gonna be outside, but I'm gonna be outside in my spaces. You know what I'm saying? So today we talk about Gangster, from Santana Block Compton Crib. I guess this is a well-known dude, a dude that's inspired and influenced a lot of people, children, you know, with the gang banging, the low riding, you know, the talking, the twisting the mouth. You know, it's crazy, because the people that's supposed to be his people, it be the same people like lining him up. Shout out to Bright Hog. Bright Hog, appreciate the look. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that you didn't want the other man to tell me, but you wanted to send it how you wanted to send it. I don't know. Maybe Gangster got a new low rider. Maybe you found out that he hit something that was yours back in the days, one of your females or something. But I sit back and I tell you, boy, this is why I do not regret my decision to limit who I deal with when it comes to these streets. Cause it ain't no loyalty nowhere. It's crazy because Bright Dog, you the one that got this thing going on with being gangster. A couple years ago, when you called him on the clubhouse, something he didn't know nothing about, right? Me and you had an issue. We was dealing with it. You pulled him into it, and Gangster being Gangster, I guess he decided to speak on something, and it got back to me, and that's when I went on the Lupe campaign. And those of us that know, we know about Lupe. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about uh uh Crip Mac Lupe. We talking about the Lupe, the young Hispanic woman that's not here due to Gangster's negligence and him uh, hitting her with a package she couldn't get rid of, and they eventually caught up with her, and she was unalive by it. You know what I mean? So rest in peace, to Lupe. But that ain't why we here today on that particular situation. We here today because these dudes been running around here for decades and decades and decades, playing tough, playing hard, acting like this gang life and the street life is a thing to influence our youth with. Crip blood, it don't matter, power rule, whatever you may be, whatever it may be. Listen, bro. Um, if it come to my table, I'm gonna read it. Shout out to my keyways. You know what I'm saying? I had keyway out of Watts, keyway out of Long Beach, keyway out of Crenshaw District. You understand what I'm saying? A keyway from the East Side, South Central. Four of them that all collectively came together to deliver this information to me about gangsters. So y'all want to know why Whack in Crip business is because the Crips called me and said, Whack, can you conduct this business for me? When I read it and we did our research, sent our team down to the federal building to make sure to cross-reference the paperwork and things of that nature, everything came back what it was. So, here we are. And once again, this ain't a hating thing. I ain't got no reason to hate on this man. Kids, youth, these dudes play this role. They play tough. They act like these rules that's set, they follow them. They're really some dumb rules, but this is their rules, right? They tell you you can't go to the police academy. You can't go do these things to better your life. But these same dudes is dealing with the police. They telling the police. They've been told the police. They lose. They come together. So many of them that come together that they know they did wrong, that they stick together and they just kind of support one another. This is why when 600 was, when Eddie Boy came out with his paperwork, and 600 was putting it out there. You had gangsters saying, nah, Big U didn't do that, but yet we reading the work. When the Greer program came out there, I'm wondering why Gangster is standing behind that saying, that ain't what this is, that ain't what that is, but then he jumps on the phone with me and he's a total different dude. He tried to double back and clean it up and say, hey, I don't know nothing about none of that, but this is Crip business. Nah, this ain't no Crip business. Our children don't need to be Crips. Our children don't need to be Bloods, Power Rules, Hoovers, none of that. This is the future of our youth business. Ain't no Crip business. Gangster, you running around here with this persona, you low rider. I can talk about it. I got a rider. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I ain't got one. I ain't like these other dudes ain't got it. You can say this hating. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got, I can match it in some. But you running around here with this persona, right? Everything about you is an illusion. It's fake. It's false. You's a rat. You get what I'm saying? And when we say use a rat, we ain't saying to go over there and do nothing to him. This is just enlightenment. This is to our youth. It's a bunch of old dudes over there, like Melly Mel and the rest of them. I just got off the phone with a group of cats that was in the feds with these individuals and was telling us about their behavior in prison. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They was telling me about Bright All. They was telling me about Melly Mel. Gangster, you ain't never walked to USP. Melly Mel, you was in there nice. Bright All, you got knocked out on the yard in Victorville. You was in there nice because come to find out you didn't toll on your homies on bank robbery, kidnap or something. Shout out to my nigga Lil Rose from Rolling 60s. I give credit where credit's due. Yeah. Leave it to us. We're going to clean the streets up the right way. And it's okay for dudes to be over there representing what they represent. Because you got some good dudes that's representing what they represent, but they coaching football. Then they whole mission is to keep the kids out of gangbang life too. But y'all that's over there acting like you that, like you an OG, like you did that and did this and did that and did this. Nah, brother. Nah. Y'all, you guys are a cancer. You guys are a cancer to our youth, misleading our youth, having them look at you like you supposed to be what they supposed to be like you gangster, but you ain't gangster. You not gangster, homie. You did all your time. Let me go to my notes. Shout out to my keyways. You know what I'm saying? I had keyways on the phone with me collectively that probably did close to 100 years between federal and state penitentiary. For those of y'all talking about why he in this business, nah, this ain't this business. They feel like, whack, you a voice, you a platform, you can get this out there. And we got our youth following these dudes. These dudes is on Instagram and they coming through the hoods in the park, hitting switches and like, yeah, what's up, cuz? And what's up this? And what's up that? And what's up this? But the whole time, you didn't pump the game a long time ago. It was crazy. This is just what we know. Because if you can pump the game with what we know right here in a 2001, 2, or 3 case, you probably been doing it. We just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gangster, you was sentenced to 240 months. That's 20 years. You should have did 18 and some change, homie, off that. You never touched the USP. FCI. Shout out Don Juan. Gangster, you know who Don Juan is. That's your homie. That's your old Sally, right? Yeah. A lot of people tired and fed up with it. When y'all be asking wax from the valley. Yeah, that's cool, but wax a man. Wax a dude with a platform with a voice. Wax a wolf, a lone wolf. And those people know it. If they want to get something out there, something that's right, that's proper, get it to whack. If it's right, I see it. And look, man, I ain't holding no punches. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, Snoopy Badass called me the other day, like, whack, what's up with K-Dub? K-Dub's a rat. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to challenge that, however you want to challenge that, you know, we can, you know, if you want to deny that, you know, I just been chilling. When you deny it, then I will come with the work. K-Dub, you gave a description of the vehicle the night Tupac was murdered. You gave a description of the Cadillac, color, year, make, and model. You did that. That's telling. You had Paru in your mouth. You ain't supposed. Why is you waiting around for the police to get there anyway? You supposed to scram skedaddle. So I'm just saying this because I ain't selective politicking on what it is. Because people need to look at dude like, hey, bro, listen, I hear you acting this and acting like this. But a lot of y'all need to like find a church house, homie, and go on up in there and, you know, repent and turn into something else. I don't mind you stepping out there to the kids and telling them to follow the ways of the Lord. But I mind y'all with this, you know, shit, you know, hey, you know, I was in the pen back in 85, you know, and you know, yeah, check that low ride out, youngster. You can get one like me, you know what I'm saying? Nah. This shit pisses me off, bro. Hold on, man. Yeah, y'all really running around like this, like y'all flossing and flow showing. You're trying to, you know, make our kids follow your ways when nigga, you punked the game long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my partner Ball, homie. Ball from Grape Street got a brother doing life. You understand what I'm saying? He got a brother doing life behind Gangster's Road Dog, and he's still kicking. We wonder why you still kicking it with this dude. You understand what I'm saying? Why you still kicking it with this dude? But that's a whole nother segment. Melly Mel, I'm telling you, don't let these dudes reach your way and you come on this internet playing because I'm really giving you a pass, homie. Right? I strongly advise you to stay where you at and tell them dudes to address it themselves. I ain't got no quarrel with you, but I can quarrel with you right now. However you want to quarrel, homie. Because right now, this the land of information. Like I told Snoopy Badass, wherever you can't beat them, you find a lane where you can beat them. And you stand in that, you stand on that, and you destroy them the best way you can. You get what I'm saying? The biggest people in the country of the world can't beat the country that got the smallest people. If Samoa go to war with China, China got to outthink them, outmaneuver them, outman them. Say about brute strength. A lot of y'all that then told probably could go whoop half your neighborhood. That still don't take away from the fact that you's a Rizak. Bars. That still don't take away from the fact that you's a Rizak. Rizak remix that. Yeah, but gangster, let's, we gonna get to you. Because I know the people is wondering what's going on. We got a few different parts of this. And again, to all my Compton Crip Keyways, don't take this wrong, but he's a rat. A lot of y'all got family members and homeboys and things like that, brothers and some that have been held accountable for what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about him being a rat, but don't be a rat that's influencing our children to gang bang when you know your gang banging ain't gangster. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna go to this first form. This is dated October 3rd, 2002, and we got content. The exposers, we worked all night pulling. All night. Shout out Keyways sent me the basis of what I needed, and from there we went and got it. You get what I'm saying? This so people understand. This is all work. See that? This is work. This is real work. You understand what I'm saying? This is work. All right? This particular work, let's see how it reads. Declaration of Frederick James Staves, aka Gangster. Frederick James Staves declares, I am a defendant in this case. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth hereafter, and if called as a witness, I could and would testify competently with regards to the matters contained in this declaration. The declaration is submitted in support of my motion in Lamont to exclude or coerce statements that the government is attributing to me that I allege made September 5th, 2001. So you made statements in 2001. This is stamped October 3rd, 2002. So this is a year apart. The declaration is submitted under the local criminal rule of Simmons versus United States so that I can obtain a ruling of admissibility. My young son, Beeper, was with me at the time of my arrest on September 5th, 2001. Agents of the government at the time of my arrest threatened to put Beeper in foster care if I did not cooperate and give a statement. Hey, check this out. We all got children when we chose this life. We all, under the light in them cuffs, had to think about our children and our wives and things we had to deal with that we was leaving, right? But you telling these kids, hey, nigga, you better take that case, keep it gangster. Gangster did it. No, you didn't. Let's keep it going. I feared that Beeper would be abused or mistreated if put into foster care. In order to protect Beeper, I answered the government's questions on September 5th, 2001, and signed the written waivers. I felt at the time I had no other choice. Nigga, you had a choice? You are OG from Santana Block, Compton, Crip. You got family, you got homeboys, you got homegirls, you got loved ones. What you mean? Nah, we ain't gonna use your son as no cop out at this time, homie. And no disrespect to your son, because the Keyways told me whack, I believe his son is no longer with us. So may him rest in peace. But we just reading what the work say, homie. We ain't finna flip it like that, right? I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, and that this declaration was executed on this third day of October 2002 at Los Angeles, California, signed Frederick James Staves. Stamped. Hey, listen, homie. Part one. We finna go to part two. Part two is 2 pages. Let me get some juice so we don't lose the connection. Forgive me. All right, we back in business. We back in business. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get that good old cord. You know, one thing about us, us social media ninjas, we stay strapped with that charge cord. You understand what I'm saying? We stay street back. We got 500 thumbs up. I got 2 more pages of paperwork. Y'all want me to read this? Let's get them thumbs up. Let's get them thumbs up. As my nephew Pitbull would say, thumbs. Get them thumbs up. Y'all want to join the 100 Show gang on this social media ninja? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Those of y'all that's riding with me, thumbs up. I got 2 more pages of work. You get what I'm saying? Those of y'all just joining us, we talking about gangster from that claims. I ain't gonna put that on the channel. There's some real dudes over there that claim Santana Block, Compton, Crip, who been influencing our children, our youth to be like him, walk like him, talk like him. You want a low rider like me. You want to be like me. I did all this time. I walked. Y'all know you didn't. You didn't even walk a USP. You did all your time on FCIs. Your homeboy is tapping in. He is highly upset. Don Juan is hot. You're selling your homie. You know what I'm talking about. We got keyways from all different parts. East side, west side, Compton, Watts, Long Beach, tapping in, whack. We need your voice, homie. This dude is flying up under the radar. Now, we gonna go to this one. Just so y'all know, this is real deal work. Yeah, this work. See that? Yeah, this that work. That's 1 page. That's 2 pages. What Wack is about to do is display the skills that I learned at First Lutheran Elementary Private School, Broadest of Fillmore Elementary Grade School, Brainerd Elementary, Charles McClay Junior High School, and John F. Kennedy High School, and Sylmar and Central Juvenile Hall learning facilities, where I achieved my GED. Right? That's what I'm about to do. We about to read this. Let's see what's going on. All right. This is stamped August 12th, 2008. About 7 years later, 6, 7 years later. All right. As y'all seen on my Instagram, y'all want to go follow _ the Honey Show. I posted this yesterday just to antagonize a little bit. And I asked the people, did you know who this guy was? So that's where this come from. So let's get on down to it. Attorneys for plaintiffs, United States of America, United States District Court for the Central District of California. United States of America plaintiff versus Frederick J. Staves, defendant. Order to reduce sentence and amend judgment and commitment order pursuant to FCCP 35, Rule 35, 35B2C, Rule 35. There we go. Now let's get to it. Whereas defendant Frederick J. Staves, defendant, which is Gangster, who is currently serving a 240 mandatory minimum sentence imposed by the court on June 16, 2003. That is a 20-year sentence. Following his plea of guilty to one count of conspiring to distribute 5 kilograms of cocaine in violation of 21 USC 846, he provided substantial assistance to the government in the case of United States versus William and Joseph Ferguson, CR 041131-GAF. And said assistance was not reasonably anticipated by defendant until more than 1 year after the sentence imposed by the court and was properly provided. So, Gangster got to tell it, ease after the fact. And we won't cover that because I got all that paperwork too. Let's continue on. By defendant, once its useful became reasonable apparent, the court finds that it has jurisdiction to reduce defendant's previously imposed sentence pursuant to Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, FRCP, Rule 35B2C. Thus, it is hereby ordered that pursuant to FRCP 35B2C, the sentence of imprisonment imposed by the court on June 16, 2003, in the matter of the United States versus Frederick J. Save, Gangster, CR 01-959-SBW, be reduced from 240 months imprisonment to 156 months imprisonment. He told and snitched and got 7 years off. It is further ordered that the judge and commitment order entered by the court on June 19, 2003 be amended by the United States probation officer for the Central District of California to reflect the above reduction and served on the Bureau of Prison of Los Angeles Consolidated Legal Center. Now, let's go back to this. This is the ugly part right here. Frederick J. Stays provided substantial assistance to the government. Gangster provided substantial assistance to the government. Hey, listen, bro. This all I want you to do, Gangster. I want you to get on the internet. I want you to tell the kids, yeah, I tried to live the life, and I lied about the life I live. And let the kids know that this ain't the life that they want to take. You trying to provoke and convince our youth that the life of the streets and gang banging is the way to go. You're trying to poison the minds. You're trying to influence them. I'd rather see a kid on a dirt bike or a bicycle or a Honda Accord or a little Fiat doing something because they see you doing it. And the things that you did to do it, to try to get to where you at, you fell short because when it came time for you to sit down and lay down like we all had to do, you told. Now I know what your response gonna be. I got all that work too. I know what you went through. I know about the people that knocked on your door. I know how they came. I know what a couple of them was. But I know what a couple of them wasn't. Damn, baby, you need to come over here and show the people. Let me stop because I'm supposed to be trying to influence the kids. Listen, here's a story. of a man named Gangster, who's supposed to be from Santana Block. There's some real dudes over there, that's for sure. But way back in the days, gangsters stopped. Gangster all of a sudden got arrested for 5 keys of cocaine. He on the phone giving instructions like ain't nobody listen. He's the dumb. No, he ain't really the dumbest gangster. He's a gangster. And then a lot of the gangsters, especially the black gangsters, they cool. They ain't really all the way there. But all of a sudden, when the handcuffs go on, he gets an epiphany and say, "Oh, I have to do the right thing for my child." But yet, when you were selling the poison to our people, when you were selling the crack cocaine to pregnant women, when you was putting it in the hands of our children and our youth, you wasn't worried about doing the best thing for your child. You was worrying about lining your pockets. Was you worrying about the child in that womb? Was you worrying about what you was doing to that child, that you was putting that damn poison in his hands? You know, when you put it in their hands, it gets in their pores. Was you worrying about this child that may want to try this one day? Or he might get killed behind this because he want to be as big as you and drive a car like you? But yet, soon as you got caught and it was time to be gangster, you fell short from being a gangster. Gangster, I want you to find the nearest church, report to that church, walk up to that pulpit mid-sermon, turn around, throw your hands up, and say, I don't want to pretend to be a gangster no more. I want you to film that on your YouTube page, on your Instagram, like you film everything else to influence these kids to be like you, the you that you ain't even like. That's what I'm gonna respect. I shake your hand after that. Cause I don't listen, I'm not a gangbanger. I don't give a damn about a gangbanger. And I hope all the gangbangers stop the bang. I come from where I come from. I represent what I represent. I'm associated with what I'm associated to. But I ain't telling the youth to go do this and go do that. I'm telling them go to trade school, go to the military, go to law enforcement. Forget what they say, because half these dudes who telling you don't go to law enforcement, they working with law enforcement. At least we can see you coming. It's 855 people up in here. I told you yesterday, I'm the founder. I'm the founder of the social media ninjas. We stay strapped with the charge cord. Our sword is our cell phone. Our AK-47, our shooters, is our editors. Our shooters is our editors. And the block we serve on is the YouTube app. Yeah. Yeah, I'm stepping out there. Let you call me what you want. But what you ain't gonna call me is somebody fake playing gangster, fake influencing our children to be this fake persona, this fake image. And the whole time you've been the police anyway. You gonna tell a young man, don't go be the police. That ain't gangster. But yet you gonna want him to sit in the park and wait on the corner until the police pick him up as a gangster, give him a strike, kill him, choke him out, send him to prison 5, 10, 15 years and not be here for his children the same way you were. You want people to do what you do because deep down inside you dark, you envious, and you jealous that that young black child, that young Mexican child just might be better than you. This ain't no troll session. This is a real session. This ain't Whack 100 talking to you. This Cash McElroy Jones. Out there, the children of all races don't believe the hype. They faking. If you got the mind to go to the military, you got the mind to be a security guard, you got the mind not to want to hang out not to do drugs. You got the mind to go to the police department. God damn it, that's what you do. Because them dudes, 9 out of 10 of them, is perpetrating the fraud and they selective politicking. Gangster, I say it again. The people you think is your homies, they not. Shout out to Bride Dog. Yeah, I know you told dude not to tell me that it's coming from you. You mad about what you mad, but gangster need to know about you too. Yeah, I don't like dudes like you because you start fires and keep it going, then act like you don't know what's going on, and the whole time it be you. You trying to throw a rock and hide your hand. Boy, you in a glass house. You ain't fooling nobody. Listen, let's subscribe to the Hunter Show channel. Give me some thumbs up. Y'all make sure y'all share this video. Our youth need to see this. The news need to hear this because they quick to put something up when we talking about doing something to somebody. And we doing something to somebody today. But what we doing, we trying to cleanse them. We trying to rid our streets of these cancerous cells. And that's what the exposers does. We're here to rid the streets of these cancerous cells. Y'all heard Freeway Rick on Vlad going back and forth with me, said crack cocaine that he sold to pregnant women did not affect the babies. He said it was no such thing as a crack baby. Huh? Bro, let's stop idolizing and applauding and champion and celebrate these dudes that did 20, 30 years for killing our community. No, let's wait till they come home and then see what they gonna do. That's what we do. We don't need to champion them. No, for what? For what? They ain't doing nothing. Let's champion the people that's really out here doing something, who made the right decision to struggle to get there. Let's champion them. The rest of these dudes, the streets is a myth. Troy Ave voice. That's a Troy Ave slogan. I'm going to salute him for that. Streets is a myth. Next time they telling you to take that case, you tell them I ain't taking nothing. You take your own case. Next time they want to threaten you and tell you what they'll do to you because they lift more weights and they're a little bigger than you, you play feeble, and you play weak, and you attempt to walk away. And you tell them you're going to do whatever they want you to do. And you go home and you let your people know. And youngster, you let the right people know. That way, when they come playing with you, and you commit to busting them upside their head with whatever you choose to, whatever weapon of your choice to defend yourself, when it come down to it, you ain't gonna be the one twisted. We no longer preaching to the youth. You gotta do the stupidity because we say so. No, youth, you have a mind. A counselor, Douglas, used to tell me, and Fred C. Miller back in 1991, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let that fear burn inside of you, and you let it turn into a fire that burns so hot that you don't give a damn. And you do what your mind tells you to do. Because Gangster, when he got caught with them 5 birds, he did what his mind told him to do. And as my man Aunt Hefe say, we will conclude it with that. Until next time, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, salute. You can catch me on the 100 side of Clubhouse. Those of you up and coming rappers, podcasters, bloggers who want a little light, go to _ the 100 show to the bio. There's a forum up there called You've Been Exposed. With Whack 100 and Poetic Flacco, we interview you. We share your links. Poetic Flacco, it says, click the link right here. It should be right here at the end of his content. It'll be a link to your liking. We share it in our stories. both individually. I interview you on the 100 side of Clubhouse. You get a one-on-one interview right here with Black 100 on the 100 Show. Until the next time, salute. See y'all. Y'all be safe. Love.